Shalom. First and foremost, I want to give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahawah, Ba'ashem Yahawashi, Ba'ashem Rakah Kodash. That's giving praise to the Heavenly Father in this true Hebrew name, which his name is Yahawah, which means he is or he is the existing one, and the name of his only begotten Son, Yahawashi, who the world ignorantly calls Jesus Christ, and in the Rakah Kodash, which is the Holy Spirit. And double honors to the apostlehood is a great millstone, and salutations to you, Akim, out there laboring, doing this work in truth and sincerity. And as you can see, I got this clip on the screen. It says, breaking, Louisville police say officer has been shot as protests grow over lack of charges for officers in Breonna Taylor's death. The officer's condition was unknown. So it's a lot of racial tension, due to these protests through Black Lives Matter going on because, for one, Jake is, we've been tired of the oppression and the police brutality and the police killings of our people, for a long time. And, as you can see, Jake, thinks that this Black Lives Matter is the way that they're going to take a stand. But really, it's all through the Spirit, for the Lord to rouse Jake up, because we're at the end and, prophecy has to be fulfilled as far as, these race wars coming to pass between Jacob and Esau. This is Genesis chapter 49, verse 9. And when you read through this chapter, this is Isaac, actually not Isaac, but Jacob, whose name was changed to Israel, blessing or giving prophecy concerning the children of Israel from Judah all the way down to Issachar as to what was going to take place in the latter days, which were in those latter times. Okay. It says, Judah, representing you so-called Negroes, is a lion's whelp. From the prey, my son, thou art gone up. And who is the prey? These Edomites as well as these other nations. The Lord is going to make it to where they're going to be a prey, for our people. Okay. It says, thou art gone up, he stooped down, he couched as a lion, and as an old lion, who shall rouse him up? Okay. So the Lord right now is actually getting Judah roused up. That's why you're seeing all of these protests and riots in the streets. Just like that civil rights era during the 60s and 70s. All right. So that same spirit is coming back on Judah, in the year 2020, the year of prophecy, because Judah is tired of the bullshit as far as with these Edomites, as far as with the oppression, and oppression maketh the wise man mad. So it's only, prophecy taking place in the will of the Lord that all of this is taking place. It says, the scepter shall not depart from Judah, nor a lawgiver from between his feet, until Shiloh come, and unto him shall the gathering of the people be. And Shiloh is alluding to Yahawashi, who also is of the tribe of Judah, which is the reason why Judah, was raised up first as far as having this truth, as far as having this knowledge, wisdom, and understanding. Okay. So Judah is being roused up, all throughout America. And, these Edomites is getting pissed about it. These Edomites is tired of seeing this whole Black Lives Matter movement, which for one, we're not black, we're not African Americans. You know, the name Judah comes from the Hebrew word YAHAWAH, which means the Most High's praise or the Most High thanks. Okay, so that's the real name of given to the tribe of Judah, which is you so-called Negroes. You know, not being black or African American. Okay, but that's another lesson. And you know, as far as this racial tension is concerned, Esau is getting tired of these protests of you so-called Negroes, Latinos, and natives wanting to seek justice. And the thing about it is, as this Breonna Taylor case and as many other cases prove, you're not going to get justice from your enemies. You know, that's why the Most High is going to have to bring about divine justice. This is Zechariah 9 and 12. It says, "Turn you to the stronghold, ye prisoners of hope. Even today do I declare that I will render double unto thee." And who are the prisoners of hope? You know, you Israelites that's hoping for the deliverance and salvation, you know, through our Lord Yahweh Shai. Okay? Why? Because Yahweh Shai is our only hope. Because we need to be delivered out of this land of our captivity that we've been in for so long. And it's the only way that we're going to see true justice being executed on our enemies that persecute us, all right? It says, "When I have bent Judah for me," Judah being you so-called Negroes, "and filled the bow with Ephraim," Ephraim, which represents you so-called Puerto Ricans, which represents the head tribe of the northern kingdom, from Ephraim all the way to Manasseh to Zebulun all the way to Issachar, you know, which represents the northern kingdom, "and raised up thy sons, O Zion, against thy son, O Greece, and made thee as the sword of a mighty man." Okay, so the Lord is actually closing the breaches between the southern kingdom and the northern kingdom, which represents the Latin tribes, whether you Israelites that you so-called Negro-only Israelites will accept it or not. You know, the so-called Latin tribes are part of our nation, are part of our people, okay? And the Most High is going to join us together to come against Esau and these other nations, okay? So this is, you know, prophecy being stirred up in the earth. "And the Lord shall be seen over them, and his arrow shall go forth as a lightning, and the Lord Yahweh shall blow the trumpet, and shall go with whirlwinds of the south. The Lord of hosts shall defend them, and they shall devour and subdue with a sling stones, and they shall drink and make a noise as through wine, and they shall be filled like bowls, and as the corners of the altar." Okay? So, hey, the Lord is going to cause you Israelites to get wild out here, okay? And those of the elect, of the 1/3, he's going to defend you, okay? "And the Lord, Yahweh, their power shall save them in that day as the flock of his people, for they shall be as the stones of a crown, lifted up as an ensign upon his land." All right, so the only way, you know, we're going to be saved is through our God, which is Yahweh through his son, Yahweh Shai. Okay? I mean, we're not going to liberate ourselves. And as far as this race war that's about to take place, you know, you got Jakes is talking about taking up arms and guns and things of that nature.
You know, for one, it's the Lord that fights for us. You know, because if the Lord ain't a part of it, it's gonna come to naught anyway. And plus, 2/3 of our people is still prophesied to be destroyed. You know, during these times. Let's see. No, that's not what I want. This is 2nd Ezra 15 and 14. It says, "Woe to the world and them that dwell therein, for the sword and their destruction draweth nigh." All right, so the Most High is going to cause mass death and chaos to sweep, you know, from the eastern all the way to the western coast of America, which is Babylon the Great. And one people shall stand up and fight against another, and swords in their hands. And that sword can represent anything as an instrument to kill. Okay? And the modern day sword that's most effective nowadays is the gun. Okay? And that's to you simple ass niggas out there. Like, it says sword. I mean, motherfuckers actually gonna be carrying katana blade? No, you dumbass nigga. For there shall be sedition among men, and invading one another. They shall not regard their kings nor princes, and the course of their actions shall stand in their power. Okay? So, whatever somebody is going to be able to do in that day is going to stand in the course of their power. So, if they want to run up in somebody's house and take their goods and, you know, kill everybody in the house, it's going to be in the course of actions of their power. You know? They come in armed. They have the ability to take the whole family hostage. You know, hold up the whole household. That's what you're going to be seeing in these times. A man shall desire to go into a city and shall not be able. And that's during the time of martial law, where they're going to have all these checkpoints established to cut off the highways out of the cities. So you won't be able to leave out or to come in. For because of their pride, the city shall be troubled, and the houses shall be destroyed, and men shall be afraid. A man shall have no pity upon his neighbor, but shall destroy their houses with the sword, and spoil their goods because of the lack of bread, and for great tribulation. Okay? And we know that, you know, this man-made famine is going to be created throughout America as well, because a lot of these farms is being shut down. And over in the Western Hemisphere, you got these fires that's taking place. You know, so crops and everything is being destroyed. So this is going to cause, you know, complete civil unrest. So the Most High is moving all of the chess pieces, you know, for death and destruction to come to this land of America. And these things have to come to pass in order for our kingdom to be raised up, you know, for our salvation and our deliverance. This is Ezekiel 35:1. It says, "Moreover, the word of the Lord Yahawah came unto me, saying, Son of man, set thy face against Mount Seir, and prophesy against it, and say unto it, Thus saith the Lord Yahawah, Behold, O Mount Seir." And Mount Seir was the capital, or was the place where Esau was first put at, you know, to dwell as a nation of people. Okay? So Mount Seir would now represent America, you know, because America is the chief place amongst these Edomites. You know, it's the head over, you know, any place where Esau dwells throughout the earth. You know, as far as the governing affairs all throughout the world. You know, America is the spearhead of that. It says, "I am against thee, and I will stretch out my hand against thee, and I will make thee most desolate. I will lay thy cities waste, and thou shalt be desolate, and thou shalt know that I am the Lord. All right, and how is the Most High going to do that? By thermonuclear destruction and by those angelic vehicles, which are the chariots, or which they refer to as unidentifiable flying objects or UFOs. You know, because when YAHAWAH comes back to deliver his elect in 1/3, those chariots is going to be shooting lasers on his place. It says, because thou hast had a perpetual hatred, and hast shed the blood of the children of Israel by the force of the sword in the time of their calamity, and the time that their iniquity had an end. Therefore, as I live, saith the Lord, I will prepare thee unto blood, and blood shall pursue thee. Since thou hast not hated blood, even blood shall pursue thee. So, hey, because these Edomites, you know, loved the sight of our blood and decided that, you know, it was okay that the Most High hasn't judged them for killing thousands of, and even maybe millions of our people, you know, that the Most High ain't going to deal with them, but that he is going to get ready to deal with them, you know. It says, blood shall pursue thee. So their blood is about to be spilled. And as you can see with that clip that I just played, you know, Jake is getting fired up, you know. And there was even a story or an event that took place over in Chicago, you know, where Jake was into it with the police and ended up fighting for his life, and, you know, pretty much ended up shooting down, you know, 5 police officers. So Jake is getting roused up, okay? And it's happening for prophecy's sake. But the thing that us as the hopeful elect, what we hope for is spiritual power, you know, the power like, you know, the ancient prophets like Elijah to call down fire from heaven, and what YAHAWAH mentioned as far as, if you believe on me, the works that you see me do, ye shall do greater, you know. So the Lord is going to be giving his men spiritual powers. This is Isaiah 40, verse 29. It says, he being the Most High Yahweh, giveth power to the faint, and to them that have no might he increases strength. Even the youths shall faint and be weary, and the young men shall utterly fall. But they that wait upon the Lord, which is the hopeful elect, shall renew their strength, and they shall mount up with wings as eagles. They shall run and not be weary, and they shall walk and not faint. Okay? So the Most High is going to put his spirit on, you know, those of the hopeful elect to receive spiritual power. Okay? And it literally means like when it says they shall mount up with wings as eagles, you know, you're going to have some of the elect men actually flying around. You know, and to you scoffers and scorners, y'all can laugh until y'all see it happen. You know, it is what it is. This is Zechariah 12, verse 7. The Lord Yahweh shall also shall save the tents of Judah first, that the glory of the house of David and the glory of the inhabitants of Jerusalem do not magnify themselves against Judah. You know, that's the reason why Judah was, or you so-called Negroes, was the main ones who started receiving this truth to go out on the highways and hedges and, you know, preach to our people about being the Israelites, you know, about our true nationality, because the Most High was raising up the tents of Judah first, you know, to be sealed with his knowledge. And then as he closed closes the breaches with the northern kingdom to be linked back with the southern kingdom, which represents Judah, Benjamin, and Levi, you know, the northern kingdom was also going to be sealed. Okay? It says, in that day shall the Lord defend the inhabitants of Jerusalem, and he that is feeble among them at that day shall be as David, and the house of David shall be as the Most High, as the angel of the Lord before them. Okay, so it says, he that is feeble among them and at that day shall be as David. And King David, was a mighty man. Okay, as far as, when he would go to war against the Philistines and subdued the nations, and conquered the nations that rose up against Israel when he was king. Okay. So that saying that, those are the hopeful elect is gonna be as King David. Okay. I just read in Isaiah the 40th chapter about the Lord renewing their strength. Okay. It says, a little one of he that is feeble among them should be as David. Okay. Which is also going back to spiritual power. Because it's not us that's going to deliver ourselves. It's all through the spirit of YAHAWAH Bashem Yahawashi. This is Jeremiah 51, verse 20. It says, thou art my battle axe and weapons of war. For with thee will I break in pieces the nations, and with thee will I destroy kingdoms. And with thee will I break in pieces the horse and his rider, and with thee will I break in pieces the chariot and his rider. So anything that Esau come with, the elect is going to be able to bypass all of that with spiritual power, whether they come with their military tanks, their robots, whatever technology that Esau got, the Lord is going to make Jake that threshing, piercing instrument. It says, with thee also will I break in pieces man and woman, and with thee will I break in pieces old and young, and with thee will I break in pieces the young man and the maid. So the Lord is going to put a cold spirit on, his elect men to go and do damage, when this time comes. And it says, I will also break in pieces with thee the shepherd and his flock, and with thee will I break in pieces the husbandman and his yoke of oxen, and with thee will I break in pieces captains and rulers. Okay? So with that, I hope this was edifying. And once again, I want to give all praises, honor, and glory to YAHAWAH Bashem Yahawashi Bashem Rakah Kodash. And with that, I say Shalom.